my breathing. It's so nice, it's like a blanket on my life.
Hey, this is the 3-Minute Book Club, and I am appreciative that you're still tuning into these. This is episode 19. This is episode 19 of the resurrected 3-Minute Book Club, where the videos sometimes go way over 3 minutes, and yet you're tuning into them anyhow. You're probably at this point kind of bored with what I'm doing here, but this is episode 19, and this is one of a handful. I'm just going through the books on my top shelf, which if you can't find a book here, you're not trying hard enough, alright? The next one is Dune by Frank Herbert. Dune by Frank Herbert. To me, this is the best. I'm not a big science. I hardly read any science fiction, hardly any at all. This is the best. Dune by Frank Herbert. A whole series of Dune books written after this one. Movies just came out in the last couple of years that are pretty reasonably close to the book. The third installment of that movie is coming out soon. This is the book that Star Wars basically tries to be. It isn't a direct ripoff of Dune, but it takes almost so many of its ideas, Star Wars, from Dune. Heavily influenced by Dune by Frank Herbert. I, of course, don't recommend much science fiction, but if you do, that one. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I'm a pretty big Dostoevsky fan. As a matter of fact, the brothers Karamazov is also on my top shelf. These are both books that I need to read again. They're existentialist books. Fyodor Dostoevsky is a Russian. They're not for the light of heart. These are not just like, hey, I want to sit down and relax and read a book. I think you have to build up some stamina on these. But both Crime and Punishment and the Brothers Karamazov, I think especially the Brothers Karamazov, which is about faith and issues of faith and life, is among one of the most famous books of all time. Crime and Punishment I read in like high school as an assignment, and have read 6-8 Dostoevsky books and love them. So those two, Brothers Karamazov and Crime and Punishment, are on the top shelf. And in between them there's another Krakauer, and that's Into Thin Air. And that's the story of a group that go up Mount Everest, which that's become a real big topic now, Mount Everest and the amount of trash and some other things that are happening up there. This was a story about that sort of thing. The group ends up in a real tragedy that Krakauer writes about in this, and I don't know, outdoorsy. I'm never going to probably hike Mount Everest. I don't really have an interest to. But when you read the book, because it's a true story, and because he's an outdoor writer, you kind of feel like you're doing it. But again, this is a tragedy, so there's that too. Both books of by Krakauer on my top shelf end kind of tragically. I also have Into the Wild, which I talked about. All right, so there is another episode, and I'm going to get done for sure the next time here. I could really push it, but I said 3 minutes. So thanks for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.